Hello, this is Flashback Productions, and today I'll be showing off a little diorama I made based on the ending scene of Raiders of the Lost Ark. So starting with the base, it has the standard black edge that all dioramas have, and I added for the detailing some gold bars to look like the side of the ark. I was going to do the actual printed piece from here, but it's a 2x4 and not two 1x4s. So I couldn't really do that. And then I used the Raiders of the Lost Ark sticker from the temple set, and the quote, it was pretty easy to pick because it's the only line said in the whole scene. It's beautiful, and I just printed that off and used a little glue stick to put it on. So yep, there's the base. Moving up, a little sunken down is the lowest part of the diorama, and then you can move up along these slopes. I used a dark tan and gray color scheme for the whole thing. Thought that looked very nice. I added one soldier because I just had that body up here, so I figured I want to add him. And then going up a little further is the actual main part of the diorama. So right here we have the arc of the lid, and if you press down on it, it shines a light which emits from under the ark, which is right here above it, and then in the background you have the three villains standing right behind it, and then coming out of the ark are the two spirits on these little clear pieces. The background is nothing too complicated, but I do like some techniques I used on it, and then it also has these little lights with wires running down it, and then from the back it's just blank, nothing too complicated there. And so yeah, that's the whole build for it. Included to these spirits, which have the skull head along with some white battle droid arms, and all attached by clear pieces. Looks pretty good. And then to attach it on, I used one of these jump superhero pieces and a cylinder, a clear cylinder, and you can basically just stick them anywhere you want to in the build, even off the walls. So yeah. And also I included some alternate heads that I can swap out with the regular ones, along with this little fire piece and this beam right here to make the scene where the wrath of God was coming out, and right before the three main villains died. So yeah, that's basically it. Alright, so looking at the figures, we have the first one, which is just a soldier. His body comes from one of the 2008/9 Indiana Jones soldiers. His head is a confused one, pretty generic head. His legs are dual molded, dark tan and brown. Did that because I wanted to add a little more variation between the light tan rather than just light tan legs. And then the hat is just a plain hat. I wish I had a soldier hat to use for him and Colonel Dietrich, but this is the best I had. So yeah, there's the first figure. The second figure is Colonel Dietrich, which I just used the plain tan legs. And the torso comes from the What If Captain America. I took off one of his black gloves and put a tan one on, and he's holding this little piece, which is supposed to be the glove because he takes one off in the scene. His head is the generic Bruce Wayne face that they use for a lot of figures, but I think it works well for him. And then again, his hat is just a plain hat that I wish I had a soldier hat for. Major tote's pretty simple. I just used the overcoat legs along with the body from the original Harry Potter in his red suit, not the newer one. And the head's also from Harry Potter, and the hat is just a black fedora. And lastly, my personal favorite is Belloc. I'm really proud of how this turned out. After I made him, this is what really inspired me to make the diorama. So I was just wondering if I could actually make this figure, if it was possible to make it. So I looked up, and I didn't see anyone who made it. And I was like, okay, well, I don't think it's possible. And then I saw that I had these legs, and I'm like, these legs would be perfect. And so I looked up checkered bodies, and I found the CMF Series 6 logger, who I don't have, but I had the werewolf, which is based off of the logger. So I just used that, swapped out the hands. It bugged me how there was gray at the bottom of the torso, in the front and back, but then I just used this belt in this dull orange color. I don't know the names. The head comes from the official bell lock, and the head is the bandages, so it turned out well. And then for the little jewel thing in the front, I did a brown neck bracket along with this printed tile that came in some old submarine sets. And then the staff is just a simple gold bar, lightsaber hilt, and cupcake topper. And then after I made that, Mini Superheroes Today uploaded his Indiana Jones minifigures, which he had this made, but personally I think I did a better job than him. No offense to him, because he does make really cool custom minifigures. But yeah, those are the minifigures.
Alright, I'm filming this at a bit of a later date because I realized I totally forgot to show this off, but here is the Ark of the Covenant, the version I made. For the base, it's got the little studs that I used for the little foot things. There's more there. It's got the little clips at the side. Instead of using the extra tall staff piece, I used two ones of these because the bars stick out really far. For the little overhanging piece, I use these brackets. The little angels here, they're just these little builds. And then for the detailing on the side, I used a grill piece. So yeah, that's that. And here's what it looks like compared to the most recent one, and then the original one. So there's all three.
Anyway, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.